Good afternoon. I'm Todd Duplantis. Welcome to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our programs, our students, and of course, our reach into the community. As the economy begins to recover and from COVID and supply chain issues, more industries are moving production back to the U.S. or expanding capacity. Today, we're talking about careers in smart manufacturing, and we're going to talk about them here at HCC. Joining us first off is Alberto Flores, Faculty Division Chair for the Material Science and Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence. Good afternoon, Alberto. How are you? If we can get you to unmute your mic.
Sorry.
There we go. How's it going?
Thank you. Great to be here.
Have you. Yeah, good to have you with us. So we were talking about, the big topic, of course, you go to the grocery stores and it's getting better, but there still seem to be some supply chain issues. We'll get to that in a second. But I know HCC is trying to answer the demand of getting the right workers out there. Maybe you can give us an overview of the Material Science and Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence.
Well, Material Science and Smart Manufacturing actually started in 2021 when Dean Urbina came on. And so we blended both welding and smart manufacturing. The welding department, of course, their material science and welding programs are in the Material Science Center of Excellence. And in the Smart Manufacturing Center of Excellence, we have machining and advanced manufacturing engineering as well. So in the machining side, we try to meet the demand for machinists. On the smart manufacturing, of course, it's going to be more geared towards the maintenance type workers and manufacturing engineering type topics.
You hear about the fact that, there just aren't enough workers out there to meet the demand that's needed by this industry, and simply by, to meet those supply chain issues, you got to have the product to get it out there. Are our students able to work while they're getting certified? And how long does it usually take to get the certifications or the degrees so they can get out there and get to work?
We have a couple of certifications. The MSSC, which is based on the maintenance type work. And that one you can get that one in 6 months if you just go for the certification, the level 1 certificate, which is 8 classes, should be 2 semesters. And on the machining side, we have the level 1 certificate, which includes manual machining and blueprint reading and mathematics as well. But yes, employers are coming to us every day with the needs of skilled workers. And so with COVID, we're a little bit behind on that quota.
Right. What are the type of groups of companies that are hiring our graduates?
Well, like Sandra's company, Vogt Valves is one of them. We got Baker Hughes. I got my list here. Taxa Outdoors has hired some of our graduates. Groth Corporation has a few of our graduates in their company as well. So the demand is high for our students, and we're trying to get them out there and graduated. Of course, our job has been a little bit tough with enrollment being down.
Yeah. Now, and what draws students to this type of work? Obviously, it's a good paying job. And why would they choose HCC?
They would choose HCC because if you compare us to the other colleges, we have the most thorough program.
Right.
As far as machining, and we cover everything that they need to cover, and the contact hours here are for each section are greater than the other colleges. So it's a win-win for them. The industries in Houston are aerospace, oil and gas, medical, and I have a list here in front of me that I was looking at before I came on. And so, I mean, it's just a great foundation for the students to take off from. They can earn some money, and then from there, it's just up to their environment of where they're working and just how far they can actually go in manufacturing.
Are there any similarities between the students? What type of person would want to do this type of work, and what draws students to this?
Well, I could speak what drew me to this. It's that I like to work with my hands. Mm-hmm. But it also takes a lot of brain power as well to be successful here. So those are the two things. If you like working with your hands and you like doing technical stuff and learning, it's a combination of both physical and mental type skills.
Can these jobs be high paying as well?
Oh yes. I mean, like I said, they can start on the entry level at the machining, and the possibilities are endless. It's just, I mean, Houston is a great manufacturing town, as Wayne and some of the other guests can attest to that. Houston is a great manufacturing town, and so they have great opportunities.
Back to the supply chain issues. Obviously, there is going to be a great need for these type of jobs, I would imagine. Is there a good outlook on them right now? Is this the field to get into if you're looking for steady work and good pay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The demand is out there, and we're struggling to fill that demand just because, like I said, COVID put a big monkey wrench in everything. And so it's the demand is out there. I hear it every day from companies on the maintenance side, on the machining side.
In learning about the demand, I imagine you get that through your advisory council. Do you guys have, obviously you work with a number of industries and a number of businesses that provide you information and help you shape your curriculum and decide where you're going to go with the program?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. That's correct. The advisory committee, we work closely with them and try to adjust our curriculum and try to find out what the needs are in the community right now. I mean, we know that everybody needs workers, but every company is different. And so, you know, some of the things that apply to this company might not apply to this company. So we try to work with everybody, the students, the community, and the faculty here to try and get the best product out there.
You mentioned medical, you mentioned aerospace with different types of needs. Is there one particular industry that is needing these workers more than others, or is it just across the board?
From what I've seen, it's just across the board. They need somebody who can stand in front of that machine. They need somebody who can design the parts, and so it's across the board. On the maintenance side, I've seen more on the maintenance side, and the machining side has always been there for Houston.
And the maintenance, somebody's got to keep these machines running as well, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you can't run them if they're not running.
Alberto, Flores, we appreciate you being here and giving us an update on where HCC is going with this program. We're going to be meeting with some industry partners in a few moments, but I want to remind you, want to let you know, first and foremost, we're here most Tuesday afternoons, 1 p.m. You can find us on Facebook. Look for us on the Houston Community College District Facebook page. We'll also be on YouTube and across social media under Houston Community College District. And you can find us as audio podcast. All of our shows are available as a podcast, and you can download them at hccs.edu/podcast. Topic's going to take a short break. I'm Todd Duplantis. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Thank you.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
Welcome back to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis. We're live on this Tuesday afternoon on Facebook Live. You can also catch our show on YouTube across social media as Houston Community College District. And if you have cable, you remember cable TV? Well, of course, you can watch us on HCC TV as well. We're talking about smart manufacturing and manufacturing in general across the Houston area. And we're joined now by Wayne Mausbach, a registered professional engineer and director with the Greater Houston Manufacturing Association. Wayne, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Todd.
Let's first off talk to us about the Greater Houston Manufacturing Association. Tell us a bit about it.
Okay, we're a manufacturing organization, obviously. Our area of areas, the small and medium-sized manufacturing, primarily discrete versus the petrochemical side. They have their own industry. So there's like 6,000 manufacturing places in Houston. And we're
Don't worry, that always happens when we're live on TV. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
And there you go, folks. The joy of live television. This is what happens.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. No worries. We're talking about the Greater Houston Manufacturing Association, a bit of an overview of the association.
Right. And we're a group of companies and associate members that service the manufacturing industry here, which is, depending on which survey you take, we're either the first or second largest area of manufacturing jobs in the United States. And of course, like Alberto was saying, we have all kinds of manufacturing. Manufacturing is one of the few industries that actually create wealth. The other ones being farming, mining, and construction. Manufacturing is the only other one that truly creates wealth. And in this day and age, we've got a real dilemma, and that's the fact that we don't have people to supply the extra manpower we need.
Right.
For example, I'm a baby boomer, and there's a lot of them. Our manufacturing plants are like the average age is about 50 years old. And so it's a real need. They project in the next few years that there's going to be like 3.5 million jobs in the United States for manufacturing. So we're in a great dilemma.
Is okay. Do you need to get that call, Wayne? So how are you doing this afternoon, folks? Glad to have you with us on the topic. We're just kind of killing a little bit of time right now. We're talking about the Greater Houston Manufacturing Association, smart manufacturing jobs and all that here in the Houston area. Wayne, are you back with us?
I'm back with you.
Okay. All right. You said something really important, which you kind of glossed over it. And I wanted to circle back to it. Did you say that Houston is arguably the #1 source of manufacturing jobs now in the nation?
Yes.
So we in Houston have more jobs available, or just more jobs, period, in manufacturing across the country?
Well, jobs, period. Like Alberto says, it's everything. When you make things, you have to bring stuff in. That's logistics, and then you ship them things out.
Yeah.
We're very blessed here that we have a port. We're either the third or fourth largest port, which has to do with the logistics. But the greatest majority of manufacturing places are the small mom and pop shops, 10 and 12 people. And that's what we kind of service.
Right.
These jobs are getting more technical in nature. Like everything else, to be competitive, you have to rely on the automation and the advanced manufacturing. That's what these programs are good for.
In HCC, we offer industry certifications in addition to degrees in manufacturing. What does it mean to have stackable industry standard certifications? What does that mean?
Well, mostly certifications are industry recognized. They're actually generated by the industry itself. And they're stackable in the fact that, they were talking about the MSSC standards, they're kind of like the base standards. And then you divert over that. And stackable means as you progress in expertise and complexity, and also divergent, you've got welding standards, you got machining standards. And the purpose of these things and what's important about that is for many years I worked with our interns. I worked for a large drill bit manufacturer here, Reed Heikelog, and we went out and recruited from not only all the local community colleges, but community colleges basically in the whole region,
right?
Even as far as Mississippi. And what we found is that there's different programs have different levels. You know, they're all supposed to have, they all meet different criterias, but some of them are just better than others. And what we found is that the industry standards more or less correlate to what the expertise that we need. And so it's a little bit more troublesome in some ways, but we're also getting recruiting. For example, the U.S. Army is doing some of these standards. They're able to bring guys in, and if you have these standards, you can automatically get advanced in the programs. So you're getting extra credit, and they're recognized nationwide.
And obviously, it's an industry that's continuing to grow in the Houston area. Real quickly, if you start off in manufacturing in one industry, let's say biomedical, and you want to switch over to another industry, if you have the certifications, is that something that's commonly done, and can you do that?
Oh, yes. I've had experience in a lot of different industries. And manufacturing is generic, and actually, for example, we have a premier robotic manufacturer here, and if you go through his shop, he has biomedical because they're getting robotics into medical. So all these things can be transferable, and it's analogous thinking. What we found works in downhole tools sometimes works in shipbuilding.
Wow!
So these skills transfer. There's always nuances with each different industry, but machining is machining. That's why standards like NIMS, the National Institute of Machining Skills, is specifically set up for machining. Machining is generic.
Right.
You can make programs. I went through our new spaceport, and they're making parts to go into space. They still have to be manufactured. They're still having to be machined. They're machine welding. They do a little bit different with composites. That's what's interesting about the industry. There's so much more breadth of technologies now. You have to keep current. And that's one of the things that
Wayne Mausbach, we appreciate you joining us representing the Greater Houston Manufacturing Association, and thank you for your work with HCC. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll meet a representative of the local company now hiring our graduates. Stay tuned. The topic returns in 60 seconds.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis, live on a Tuesday afternoon on Facebook. Thanks for watching us. You can catch us. Also watch this show and all our episodes on our YouTube channel. Look for us as Houston Community College District on YouTube, across social media, and you can watch the replays of the show on HCC TV. All right, this afternoon we're talking about material science and smart manufacturing. Our graduates, of course, looking to go somewhere to work. And we're now joined by Sandra Brumbaugh. She is the Chief COO and VP of Global Distribution for Vogt Valves in Stafford, close to our HCC campus on Cash Road. Sandra, good to have you with us.
Hi, thank you, Todd. I appreciate the opportunity to come out and speak a little bit about our company and students that we've hired in the past and roles that we have open here. So.
Well, I've always been in the impression that Stafford was booming with manufacturing because we've started our Advanced Manufacturing Center of Excellence out there in Stafford. What was so attractive to get companies to Stafford, and why did it become like a manufacturing hub over the past 20 years or so?
Well, I believe that Stafford actually just being relatively close to Houston itself and the Gulf area, at least for us in the Fort Steel valve market. Is the world leader for a lot of refineries that come and go. So it just makes sense to have manufacturing here. A lot of tax incentives and financial, rewards for those coming into Stafford. Our building is only about a mile away from HCC, so we're relatively close to the college.
And tell us about the company itself, your company.
So Vogt Valves, we're actually a very old company, over 130 years. Vogt Valves established many moons ago. We were purchased by OMB through FlowServe back in 2017, just a few years ago. OMB is our primary corporate company, family-owned international manufacturing company that produces Fort Steel valves, privately owned family company that was founded by Roberta Brevi in the early 70s. Right now, today, we're a little over 400 employees globally, with 70 of those employees being here in Stafford. We make all Fort Steel products, gate globe check valves, stainless steel valves, HF valve key pouring service, cryogenic valves, pressure seal valves, highly engineered valves if you're looking for something that needs some design work, engineer work. So definitely some talent and specialty that we do.
When you're looking at hiring workers to come work for your company, what would be some of the traits you're looking for in them, and what specific talents are you looking for?
So the number one thing I think we're looking for is obviously somebody that is on the machine side, somebody that has some basic skill sets that we can train. We're willing to train somebody directly out of school and fairly green. They don't all have to have multiple years of experience, but somebody with definitely the right attitude, positive work ethic. We're looking for somebody with a drive to stay too. We don't want to train and invest. We're looking for somebody that's willing to retire here and really looking for that tight-knit family community that can make a difference.
Do you find that people that come work for you tend to stay for quite some time? It sounds like your employees have a lot of longevity. If you're looking for somebody not just to work with you, but to retire there, that says a lot about the company.
No, absolutely. I think that we all recognize that we all work for a reason. Families are priority, and we spend more time with each other than we do at home. It's just the truth of the matter. So we want to be able to have a smile on our face when we come to work and enjoy the work that we do. And hopefully that's the environment we're presenting to employees here.
And what type of trends do you see evolving in your industry that you guys are answering the demand for right now?
So actually, there's a lot of upcoming trends that are happening in our industry. We typically were oil and gas, fossil fuels, and you basically see that with the recent administration's decision to just enforce, infrastructure bills that are multi-billion dollars. It's actually $1.2 trillion for the bill, the sustainability bill, infrastructure bills that are out there. For the energy transition market. And, these bills provide a lot of development and deployment for cutting edge energy technologies that's going to hopefully take us down the road for zero emission economy down the road, and America leading that effort.
Are you guys already producing parts or valves that were used in non-emission vehicles and electric vehicles? Or you're all headed in that direction?
No, yes, we are. We are already. Vogt actually is one of the leading manufacturers for compressed liquefied gas manufacturing, which are doing highly engineered globe valves, gate valves, and stainless 316L for these transitional market segments. We actually have contracts with the largest gas manufacturers globally around the world, many of which have come in and audited our facilities and are wanting to partner with us to grow as a manufacturing company. So that's why it's ever important that we find the talent to take us to the next level. I think that there's so many opportunities right now. And we're instilling that in everybody that's working here. There's so much potential beyond what we even recognize. So we are looking for many of the positions on welding and precision machining, oxygen cleaning, which we have set up, cryogenic testing processes. So there's just so many opportunities.
It sounds like a great opportunity located in Stafford, very close to our campus there. And yeah, I imagine you also keep in touch with the folks at HCC. If you need new trends answered to in the curriculum, you guys have the phone number over there too, right?
Yeah, and they've been couldn't ask for a better team. The team there has just been fantastic, working with our HR group for filling even other positions outside of the manufacturing side for interns, for quality assurance that we need to fill, and just been very accommodating to help us.
Sandra Brumbaugh, she is with Vogt Valves in Stafford. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you for being here this afternoon.
You're welcome very much, Todd. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. And thank you all for joining us. If you're interested in any of the subjects we've covered, specifically our Advanced Manufacturing Center of Excellence, we'll have a link in our social media post after the show. We'll be back next Tuesday, 1 p.m. live right here on Facebook. I'll see you then.
La forma en la que ves tus opciones puede cambiar en un minuto. Houston Community College te ayuda a encontrar tu camino con más de 200 programas que te abren oportunidades a puestos de trabajo. Inscríbete hoy para las clases de primavera y enfoca tu futuro con HCC.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out.